everyone, and afternoon. This is another episode of Talking with Pastor. I have the honor, the privilege, and the prestigiousness to be in front of this pastor who has been here in Harlem for many years, and he's been doing a lot of things for his church here at Travelers Rest. And I'm just so excited that you guys get to see him and get to hear from him firsthand. So I'd like to introduce Pastor Ronnie Fazion of the Travelers Rest Baptist Church. How you doing, sir? Good to see you.
I'm good.
And I'm just glad that you decided to give me a moment of your time to jump on this series that I've been doing. I want people to know about pastors within the tri-state area, if even in our boroughs. I just want to let you know that this is very inspirational, and you encourage me to keep doing this so people can see more about pastors and they get to know more about them. So just tell people a little bit about yourself and where you came from and whatnot.
Right. Well, as Brother Thaddeus said, my name is Rev Ronnie Fazion, and I've been here pastoring at Travelers Rest Baptist Church on top of Sugar Hill for 20 years now. 20 years. And I came through ministry. I'm originally from New Jersey, and from Inglewood, New Jersey. And I happened to, my brother pastored the church before I did for a year. And I met one of the deacons, and God took control from there. And I ended up coming to preach for the church. And now I've been pastoring for 20 years.
That's pretty amazing. Like to see that the transition from your brother to you, and that you've been able to carry this on. So, what do you have? What's been your main focus and goal for Travelers Rest, or even for your ministry itself?
Well, when we came, God gave me a vision to build spiritually and physically. When I first got here, the building was in total shambles. Matter of fact, they were getting ready to close the church down because it was in such disarray, and it needed so much renovation. So with the vision that God gave me, I started working diligently with a few members, and we sought out a plan. This is a historic area, so we got some grants and different things of that nature, and totally revitalized the church in 5 years. So that was part of building physically, and then started programs to build the church spiritually, because they had been broken by a lot of pastors who came through just to preach and not really teach the membership. So that has been our vision from the beginning, to build physically and spiritually, more so spiritually, build the people, rebuild them, give them a sense of purpose and direction.
Okay. I was always curious to know, why was the church named Travelers Rest? Why was it? Who gave it the name of Travelers Rest? Being that when we talk about from when you're traveling through this world, and when it's all over now, you go from labor to reward. So how did it come about of getting named Travelers Rest?
Right. Well, from the history, there's quite a few Travelers Rest around. Matter of fact, Pastor E. Dewey Smith of Atlanta, of Stone Mountain, in that area, his first church was named Travelers Rest. But the origin of Travelers Rest comes from the Bible, where the Good Samaritan traveled, and we know the story how he traveled, and the priest and the Levite and all those people passed a man who had been beaten and robbed. And so when the Good Samaritan came by, just an ordinary person, he picked the man up, took him to the inn, and gave him rest and paid his bills and different things of that nature. And so it's for the weary traveler, those that have been beaten and downtrodden, and our motto is, whosoever will, let them come.
Okay.
Our doors swing on welcome hinges, and just come on in and worship with us. We don't discriminate about anyone, and so that has been our motto. That has been our foundation from that story of the Good Samaritan.
Okay, so just want to know, what advice could you give to future preachers and future pastors that are coming up behind you? Because this is it's going to be another era in which the church will continue to go forth.
Absolutely.
And what could you say to encourage them and inspire them to continue to keep preaching the gospel, so that they know that you've been running for a long time? So what could you do to encourage them?
Well, in these days and times, but that is, ministry is changing. It's changing a lot. We don't do church like we used to. Matter of fact, the youth of today are not coming to our church like we were made to come to church. Whenever our parents, they hit the floor, came to church on Sunday, the children came with them. But now we're dealing with a generation whose parents allow them to do mostly anything. So I would say, to most young pastors and preachers that are coming up, develop your ministry where you meet people where they are. If they're in the street, you got to have street ministry. If they're, you definitely have to do something to reach people, reach the youth where they are. I know sometimes our senior pastors, they have a mentality of, just stick with the foundation. That's great, but we serve a God that's always using different methods to reach his children. It's the same message, Jesus Christ, him crucified, saved and the resurrection. It's the same message, but a different method we have to use, and that method is to actually reach people where they are, do what it is. Paul even says, when I was in Rome, I did like the Romans. So, in a sense, you have to do some, never drop your standards, but you have to do some things to kind of entice them to come in, and then, of course, lay the foundation.
Oh, man, I've gotten to learn a lot about you, Pastor Fazion, even though I've fellowship with you for so many years, but to actually sit down and have a one-to-one with you and find out your movement for your church and your ministry, and that family is very, very important to you. I know.
Yes, it is.
Is your family, are they part of this, part of your ministry?
Yes, family is part of the ministry. We've been blessed. My son, of course, he plays the organ, and he's very instrumental with the young folk. My daughter sings on the choir. She's part of the ministry also. My granddaughter, she's a part of the ministry, the youth ministry. So I've raised them in ministry, I've raised them in ministry. It hasn't always been ministry for me. When I came up, I never thought I'd be a pastor. Never thought I'd be a preacher, matter of fact. Yeah, most people are, and I always try to be transparent with younger pastors and preachers, and even my congregation. I let them know that we serve a God that can pick you up and turn you around, as we say. We serve a God that no matter how low you've been, if you truly seek Him, He can give you what you need to get back on the right track, and he can pick you up and He can hold you there, So, I just want people to know that, again, haven't always been a pastor. We haven't always been saved, but thank God. Matter of fact, as I was coming up, I came from a family background of people who didn't know, they knew Christ, but they didn't have a relationship with Christ. They went to church on Sunday, but then they get drunk Sunday evening. You know what I mean? So they didn't have that kind of relationship.
Okay.
And so I came up, and you follow what your parents do, you follow what people do, and stuff. So until I learned better. I followed that same pattern for a while, But thank God I learned better through the Word, by really applying the Word to my life. So, and that's what I teach. You have to apply this Word to your life. You can read it, you can study it all you want to, you can be gifted, You can have a great talent, you can sing and do different things, but if you don't apply this word to your life, then, it's not going to work.
Well, listen, thank you so much for giving me a moment of your time and letting the people get to know a little bit more about yourself and know that, you are, as you said, a child of the King.
Yes, sir.
Just because the title pastor's behind you, does that mean nothing because you serve. Pastor means to serve,
That's right.
Not to hold up.
That's right.
And so I'm glad that you take the opportunity to let people know, give a little insight, because I'm going to be sharing this with people so people get to know the real you. And so what I want you to do is I want you to leave a lasting advice to people, to preachers, to youth leaders, anybody coming up in the church, and just give them just final words, and then you can let them know when you have services, and definitely let them know when services are going on and things like that, so people can come fellowship with you.
Right. Okay. Well, final word and comments. Our community is in crisis. Our community is in crisis, and we as pastors are called to go out into the communities and let them know that our God still saves, He still delivers, He still heals, and He still set free. Ministry is more than, of course, most pastors know, ministry is a lot more than just inside the four walls. Matter of fact, more ministry happens in the street than it does in these four walls. So that would be my challenge to pastors and lay people alike, to anyone you see on the street, let them know about Christ, and that He can save, as they say, from the gutmost to the utmost. Our services are Sunday, 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. We have Sunday school begins at 10. From 10 to 11, our service starts about 11:15. We go about 2 hours. And we have Wednesday night prayer service, Bible study. We have Youth Sunday, third Sunday. And often we do a lot of outreach, which we post on our website, which is Travelers Rest Baptist Church at AOL.com. God bless you.
Pastor, thank you for giving me a moment of time.
Yes,
and I'm hoping that you will have encouraged someone else to know about Christ. And until next time, this is Talking with Pastor, and whosoever will, let them come.
Let them come. Amen. All right.
Keep it going now.